Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power, peace and power. I thank the universal truth and absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. The divine mind knows, the divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people of the struggle. Salute, salute, salute. As you come on in, please know that this is a space of love. Please know that this is a safe space. This is a space for learning. This is a space for being learned. This is a space for educating and being educated. This is a space of listening, hearing, and understanding. This is a space where we seek truth, where we believe in the universal truth of science and math, all on a path towards liberation. Peace and power, peace and power. As you come on in, my classroom assistants, please put the green screen link in the chat for the duration of class. If anyone or yourself is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Labor Day's coming. The sale, the reduction in fee is about to be a wrap. Okay? If you or anyone you know is in need of domestic violence intervention, intimate relationship abuse counseling, please book you an assessment. Salute, salute, salute. Versace Broccoli, peace and power. Most definitely appreciate that chat, super chat, donation. Peace and power, Michael Mullins. Salute, salute, salute. Yes, Brick City's in the spot. Angel, salute. GB, what up, what up? Abdullah Gray, peace, love, and power to the Shah. Queen D, King Pootie in the spotty spot. Trillionaire, peace, peace. Rodney H., yes, all things work in divine order. Ken Williams, the spectacular enterprises in the spotty spot. J. Fofo, what up, friends? Memphis, peace and power, Memphis. T-Era, salute. T. Green, first classroom assistant in the building tonight. Listen, let's get right to it. I really don't like to be correct. I really don't like to be correct with a lot of things. But it comes from learning. It comes from being educated. It comes from assessments. It comes from understanding politics and war and how the elites, emotionally charged individuals, to keep all of us up off of their behind. But one of our classmates alerted me early, like in real time, because they're in Jacksonville, Florida. Keezy Kang on Instagram hit me with the quick DM, said, yo, this just happened. This just happened right here in Jacksonville. Also Andrea, right? Excuse me, our, most respected and committed classroom assistant, Andrea Jones, is there in Jacksonville as well. She hit me right after Keezy Kang was like, listen, and this was something that they let out immediately, that this was a racially motivated shooting with a manifesto and everything that was left behind. So if you are not aware of what took place, 3 people were killed in a racially motivated shooting at a Dollar General in Jacksonville, Florida this afternoon. All 3 victims were black, and the suspect detailed a disgusting ideology of hate in writings, according to Jacksonville Sheriff. The shooting was racially motivated, and he hated black people. The gunman was armed with an AR-15 style rifle and a handgun and outfitted in a tactical vest when he shot 3 people, 2 men and a woman, before turning the gun on himself. No other injuries were reported in the shooting. And again, the way things happen to work, the way technology works, we are able to alert ourselves to danger in real time, like never before. This ain't plantation to plantation, right? As what we know took place, right, in Texas 2 years after the signing, right? 2 years after the quote-unquote signing to free people. We still have people that was on plantations in Texas. So now, again, with the use of these phones, this technology, social media, we can alert each other in real time. So again, people hit me because they know this is what class is about. This is what everything is about when it comes to me and utilizing social media. Me coming before you in class, us breaking down what goes on in the culture, us breaking down what goes on in politics, us breaking down what goes on in our communities, right? And having useful information so we can protect ourselves and one another. So now, again, when I spoke on the Montgomery, Alabama situation, the Montgomery brawl on the riverfront, I said, be mindful that these people, these Euros, many of them with racist ideologies, are alerted and going to be alerted and not going to take kindly to what transpired. Not to have our people fearful, but to have our people on point that, yo, it's coming. And what did our people do? Our people made t-shirts. Our people made memes. Our people made TikTok videos. Our people went viral on Twitter, clowning, agitating, right? Role-playing. They kept doing it and doing it, joking and joking, having it on flyers for social functions. Wouldn't stop. Everybody had to go in on the joke. Everybody had to have their take on it. And I said early on, yo, let's pause. Excuse me. I said, let's take a break because these people have been activated. Since Tim McVeigh in Oklahoma City. This is all part of the same war. All part of the same war. I said in previous classes, in book club, when we dealing with the politics of the establishing of this corporation over here, that this is 1,000 years war. And that people on the ground are going to have more of an emotional peace when they get out in these streets because they are powerless. So when you activate poor whites, their targets are right here. We're in the line of fire because when you have people such as ourselves, melanated folks, salute, D, what up? Derek O'Neil, what up, D? When you have us who are behind enemy lines and those of melanated folks who are viewed in spaces of power, Euros know that they're powerless, that they're just pawns, that they're just tokens. So they don't even make an attempt to go at them. They already know that their mind is washed. They already know that they're part of an agenda. So their only targets to hit, their only targets to go at is us. People here, people on the ground, people in the community, people in the wards, people in the hoods. Those are the targets. That's the easy, slim pickings. This is why we see an increase in child trafficking. This is why we see an increase in missing persons. This is why we see an increase in what we are looking at as just casual occurrences when it comes to crime against our people, and we're not picking up on the fact that this is organized. So when you have Oklahoma City, when you have Ruby Ridge, when you have all these different things, Waco and all this going on, and you have these doctrines, these manifestos that are drenched in racial bias. And let's not forget, all the way back from North Charleston, Dylan Roof. Let's not forget Buffalo. Let's not forget law enforcement agents and agencies who are in deep, as the letter boys, the feds already told you, local sheriff departments, local police departments are entrenched with people who follow white supremacist ideology. And then when they come and they go into their organized spaces, their spaces to get educated in a space of racial inequities and believing in, how do we galvanize our people? How do we, make sure our people is in a specific space? You have their common folk with their law enforcement, with their political people, with their spiritual advisors all in place. So when they do these things and they happen to make it to jail, they're celebrated. And then they take on what's going on in the prisons. So you get it in the federal prisons, you get it in certain state prisons. So they just keep continuously growing and growing and growing. And here we are allowing stupid ass dudes on YouTube to play games and separate our people, where you have stupid ass dudes come on YouTube and Instagram and all these other social media sites to talk about nonsense. No useful information, all in a race to be number 1 to 0. To be number 1 to be 0. That's what you have. So now, when we don't have enough of our people with a purpose, making an attempt to get our people to wake up, to stop sleepwalking, that this shit is very real, this can continuously happen. Because at what point are we not at that we not suspicious of any Euro that come into our spaces or come into any spaces? We should be very suspicious. They are fitting a prototype. They're giving reports now that this man put on the body armor, and this is a young man in his 20s, early 20s, that he put on a body armor in a parking lot. Okay? But again, everything is about Hennessy. Everything is about partying. Everything is about Butthole Brown. Everything is about who ratted, who snitched, who get into the bag. This is where it's at. This is where it's at. Nothing is ever important to our people, so you can continuously be picked off. Because you're still not understanding that this is a war. And it is a war that they are waging 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, 400 days a year. This is consistent. It's consistent. As I said, there's no breaks. So where we vacationing at? Where we hustling? Where we scamming? Where we trying to market ourselves in order to pull resources from our people to take a trip, to buy a chain, to make sure that you can reinvest in the same government that is brutalizing us? Where we get that at? I don't understand it. I never understood it. But this is where these folks are at, when everything is more important than the war that's being waged against our people. So where the woke folk at? When they don't speak about this all day, every day. I make it part of class, every class. I don't care if we talking about sex. I don't care if we talking about hip hop. I don't care what we talking about. Every class, there's a message in it to get you on purpose. To get anyone listening on purpose. Why? Because there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. This is where we at. So now, do you want me to sit back and act like that what I'm saying about Euros is just for fun? What I'm saying about the industry and how people are in it are powerless and they're not feeding you anything? They're just not? Where are your provisions for paying attention to this shit? What are they doing? If you can sit down and speak for 2 hours about nothing, if somebody is doing that, then they're part of the problem. They're part of the problem. Again, they did not hesitate at all in reporting that this was a racially motivated attack with a manifesto left behind. This isn't a politician. This isn't an elite. This isn't a billionaire. This isn't somebody who owned Dollar General. This is regular, common folk. Regular, common white folk that have been raised up and taught to hate black people. And as thus, everything in the institution of this corporation prepares them to do this type of work. They have an institution that's biased against us legally. They have an institution that's biased against us financially. They have an institution that's biased against us medically. They have an institution that's biased against us socially, and they arm them with a mentality, an attitude, armaments, and a free path to at any given time take their beliefs out on us. Any given time. So I don't have time to sit here and talk about bullshit. I don't have time to sit here to figure out how I can make this shit any prettier. I don't have time to sell you on bullshit. My time is here to speak to you to make sure you understand where we are and what it may take to save your life. That is it. That is it. I don't know what anybody else got going on, but this is where we're at. And as I say in class every day, the Euro world is crumbling. And as their world crumbles, their mentality becomes more sadistic because they do not know how to function without being in power. They do not know how to function when their riches or their presumed wealth is draining. They will begin to start to execute us for no reason at all. So either you're going to soldier up and start having a lens where you see the world for how it actually is and stop listening to niggers who just have you stuck on stupid. We will fail our people. I'm not here to do that. That's not me. That's not me. Again, this is going on more and more. More and more. I'm telling you, everybody is attacking us because the system is designed to be impartial or shrug their shoulders straight up when it comes to crime against melanated folks who were once enslaved by this corporation. Just that simple. Either you're going to soldier up or you're going to perish. Part of soldiering up is thinking, is having a value where you love yourself enough to hate them, to hate their institutions, to hate their movements. Love yourself enough to know that no one has power or authority over you, especially when they stop your potential to be greater by maiming you, by shooting you, by not employing you or not housing you. This is what they do. You have the potential to be greater every minute of the day. Anybody, any system, any group that is determined on taking you out of that potential is your enemy. And you could play if you want, but it is not fun. It is not fun laying in the arms of your enemy. Stop playing. Stop paying attention to these niggas who want nothing but to con you out of your attention and out of your resource by making you believe that this shit is just, it's okay. We good. We fine. Okay. Or that if you can't beat them, join them shit. Because now, you don't even have to beat them. They have beaten themselves. Their system is designed to fail. So you better think of some shit on your own so we can get up out of this shit. So again, we send healing, we send condolences, we send revolutionary strength to our families down out in Jacksonville, Florida. But people, be on point. I'm keep telling y'all, this is not a game. The minute you leave your dwelling at any given time, it can happen. Let's get on, excuse me, let's get on point. Let's use different strategies on how we move, how we look, how we take care of each other, what our purpose is. Get up out of these institutions and systems. I'm telling you, pull out, be self-sufficient. Are we going down with the ship? I'm not going down with the ship. And if I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot with me. Simple as that. So people in Florida, Georgia, Carolinas, be on point. Be on point. Be on point. Shit looking real shaky. Okay? Peace and power. Don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Believe in my belief in you. Soldier up. Soldier up and love yourself. Get information. Utilize that information to create strategies. Use those strategies to save your lives. And again, keep playing. Keep making memes. Keep thinking this shit is funny. I told y'all, not funny. They're not taking that on the chin like that.